That's what pisses me off about all of those movements. Like, buddy, you talk about this movement, you're part of this movement, you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit that matters. You want to talk about, like, what the pronouns? What's Gucci, guys? Today, I want to talk about why I am anti-movement. Because sometimes people were kind of curious. You always talk about being anti-movement, anti-this, anti-that, all of them. So why is it? Is it just because you are so individualistic? Is that why? We have those movements, huge movements. Black Lives Matter, right? Feminism is a huge one. LGBT movement. There's many movements out there in this world who obviously claim to want to do the right thing by the people and represent the people of specific traits. Those organizations, lure people in this way. We can represent you. We represent your values. We understand you. We accept you. You are part of the minority group. But here you'll be safe. We have a candy for you. Come take it. Society rejected you. We believe we can make impact. We can change things. This is a pretty big problem because yes, they are claiming to do all of those things. They're claiming that we're fighting for that. But at the end of the day, it's just another organization that is focused primarily on their own agenda, spreading their propaganda, their selfish desires, either for ambition, for power, like any other really powerful movement or organization in this world. It doesn't matter. You see this shit in politics all the time. Sometimes people act, no, the left, the liberals they corrupt. Look at those parties, liberal parties are all corrupt. The right wingers, they're not corrupt. They are all corrupt. There's a reason why they're at the top. Those people, it's always the right wingers and the left wingers going at each other. It's the same parties, always the same parties. Know how it is with your guys' country. But here it's always the same party, and they are both fucking corrupt. Both of them, but it's always the same. They're the two most powerful, and they compete against each other. Now, there are some other parties that are they have good intentions. They're maybe not as corrupt, maybe they're not corrupt, but no one gives a f. They all forget about them because they're so fixated on those huge two candidates that really just overtake everything. LGBT, huge movement. TikTok fucking everywhere. The gay people I've seen talk about LGBT cringe at the even sight. They cringe at what the LGBT movement is doing. Fuck, dude, if I was gay, you think I'd want to be part of the LGBT? I would fight against that shit. It's a movement. Hey, let's make a parade. Let's swing our cocks around. Let's fucking go on this parade half naked. Buy a bunch of dildos and provoke the conservatives. And then you have the conservatives go home and be like, yeah, you see those degenerates? Look at them. That's what gay people do. They go around half naked. What good does this shit do? What good? Yeah, but we do it for our freedom. No, you don't do that shit for anyone's freedom. Come on. That's the thing about the people who are maybe part of the LGBT movement. They're not helping gay people. They're not. They're making gay people look way worse. Human psychology. People will look at that and be like, oh, so that is what gay people are like. That's not what gay people are like. That's what this stupid movement that is spreading their own ideology and their own shit wants you to believe. Trans people are not happy about this community. Let's include the trans people. You don't give a about trans people. Why are you acting like you do? You make them look ridiculous. The biggest one of them all, right, which is the feminism movement. Now, feminism is interesting because obviously we had women actually back in the day used to fight for rights, for equal rights. Couldn't even vote, and they fought very hard for that opportunity to be considered, to be seen as an equal citizen. Every time I open YouTube or some shit like that, it's always Americans talking about fucking feminism. Americans talking about women and men. Like, why is feminism only a topic in USA? There's no one gives a f about that other than that. Just USA. Even though USA is probably one of the most progressive places in terms of opportunities, equal opportunities. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's much better than many of the other countries, okay? You have this feminism movement. Why the fuck is the feminist movement not hyperfixated on Islamic countries, for example, third world countries, where women cannot marry any man that they want or wish or love because the father doesn't allow them, even though the father maybe is mentally ill or himself he's a control freak or whatever the issue he has. You now cannot live an autonomous life. I took your freedom to do anything you want. If I really am such a feminist, I'm in this movement, this is the movement, so why the am I not talking about it? That's what pisses me off about all of those movements. Like, buddy, you talk about this movement, you're part of this movement, you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit that matters. You want to talk about, like, what the pronouns? I don't want to see you talk about yourself. I'm a feminist. Association to the group. I'm a feminist. And all you fucking do is yap on Twitter about some stupid shit no one gives a about. You're not helping anyone. You're not standing up for anyone. You're just circle jerking your own fucking beliefs and views. Because if you were such a feminist, you'll be maybe on Twitter, but you talk about the women in third world countries. Maybe you try to push that and try to spread that awareness. You do the right thing in that case. So to me, I see those people representing this group, this organization, this movement, which to me, obviously, I know is full of shit. It even uses its own people. You are part of the problem, not because of who you are as a person. Really, who you are, if you're gay, trans, fucking this, that, brown, green, whatever, yellow. No one cares what you are, who you are. That's not about that. But the fact that you're part of that and you're spreading that shit around like a disease, that's a problem, and we should have a problem with that. That's the reason why personally I am an anti-movement, and maybe why you should be anti-movement, because, not to say you can't represent something, you should represent shit, but at least represent the right thing. Don't represent this filth, because it's not going to help anyone. I'm telling you, even the people that your group claims to help, it's not going to help shit. Okay, because at the end of the day, they're helping themselves. So anyway, so that's it from me for today. Tell me what you guys think. Do you share my opinion, or would you how do you view those different movements? What do you think? Maybe you have some experience with it. I'm out, see ya, and I'm bouncing.